Anchoring your boat in strong wind or a strong current can be crucial. What works for me is I'm using 20 feet of 1/4-inch galvanized chain attached with a shackle to a 22-pound Bruce style anchor. That's the one that you see on the right, which is the starboard side. You sure wouldn't want to run into all those boats out there, drag anchor in the middle of the night or during a high wind. So I'm going to show you the difference between a rope with a chain to your anchor and a rope with a long chain to your anchor. My boat is a 25.5-foot Hunter sailboat. It weighs about 6,000 or 7,000 pounds. The anchor here on the right side, that's the starboard side, has the 22-pound Bruce and a 20-foot of chain attached to it. As you can see, it holds a pretty good angle downwards in the water, as the weight of the chain tends to keep the boat smooth and steady in the water and keeps it down a lot lower so that you're not going to get cut off by a passing boat propeller, which happens a lot, believe me, I'm sure. I've also got a section of hose over it, keep it from getting chafed. You just have to slide it through the hose, cut you about a 3-foot section of hose off. This one here on the port side has only 6 feet of anchor chain on it. I'm using a Danforth style anchor on it. I believe it's 14 pound. But look at the lift that's coming up out of the water there. You could easily get cut off. Not to mention, it's just ridiculous that it's that high up in the water. You want to get a lot of boat swing out of it and risk getting cut off by propellers. Look at this one. It goes down at a much better degree into the water. And the weight of the anchor chain tends to cushion the boat too as it lifts and falls. So definitely use a longer anchor chain. Look at the difference in this one. I can see out there 30, 35 feet. It's less than a foot down in the water. I'm anchored in about 5 feet of water. Very shallow. Here in the Florida Keys, it's, not a lot of deep anchorages. But look at the difference in that. I mean, you don't want to run into all these fancy boats that are anchored behind you. Believe me, I drug anchor several times until I switched to the longer anchor chains. You don't want to go out there with a 6-foot chain. Try to get one as long as your boat. That would be a good rule of thumb. And use the hoses sections over your line there. That'll definitely keep you from getting chafed and broke off. So anchor up safely, and you can see awesome sights out your windows and the back of your boat every day. You wake up and see beautiful sunrise, and you'll have the best vacation that you ever had for next to nothing too. These anchorages are absolutely 100% free, and you can do things like I do and contemplate, why are these dolphins circling this boat? They're like Indians around a wagon train in an old Western movie. They go round and round and round. None of the other boats are they going around. Just that boat. It's an old beater boat, too. I'm surprised it's still afloat. Looks like the back door on it's wide open. Looks like it's been sitting there for a really long time. Although the lights seem to work on it at night. It's got an anchor light on it. Pops up. But at any rate, and you gotta wonder, why are these dolphins going around and around this boat? I know there's more than one of them. There's at least 2 or 3 dolphins. You can get these free anchorages and you just come here, anchor for free. You can row your dinghy over to shore, or if you have a motor, you can just motor it right over to the boat dock. There's a free boat ramp there. Walk to the store. It's about a mile, Winn-Dixie. McDonald's, about 3/4 of a mile. Not a bad place to anchor. It doesn't cost you anything. There's fishing, it's nearby. I'm like, I think 6 or 7 miles from the drawbridge at Snake Creek. And remember, it only opens once on the hour and by request. Ha ha ha. But what do you gotta do? Thanks for watching, everybody. See more of my tips and tricks.